Man, I remember when I was dealing with depression. I remember that. And you can listen to 1,000 motivational speakers. You can listen to 1,000 pastors, preachers, priests, rabbis, specialists, psychiatrists, doctors. I don't care how many people you listen to. You're not going to have a victory on what you're dealing with depression until you start having a renewed mind. It's just not going to happen, because it's not the doctors, it's not the rabbis, the priests, the preachers, it's not the ex, it's not the children, it's not the boss, it's not the teachers, it's not those people causing you to be in the depression that you're in. That prison, that chamber, that lostfulness, wherever you are, that's you. You're doing that to yourself. There's nobody doing that to you. And until you have a renewed mind, until you start understanding that, you're not going to be able to release yourself from the prison that you're entrapping yourself in. Sometimes we're upset because somebody dies, somebody leaves, somebody abuses. But at the end of the day, we have the power to control how we deal with that situation. We can be sorrowful for their life that's gone, or we can rejoice it and celebrate it. We can stay in the abusive relationship, and it just doesn't have to be abuse by somebody putting their hands on you. It can be abuse by neglectfulness. But it's up to you to stay. And it's hard when you're not with somebody. Breaking up, it's hard because you have that emptiness. You have that feeling of inadequacies. It's a lot. But at the end of the day, you have to free yourself from that depression, from that chain that you keep yourself in. And I remember when I went through some of the stuff that I had to deal with in life. And not to get into all of that, there's time for that. But the thing that helped me out is that I had to honestly look in the mirror and start laughing like, yo, what are you doing? I had to start building a renewed mind. I had to get rid of the thoughts that I ain't shit. I had to get rid of the thoughts that I'm not good enough. I had to get rid of the thoughts that nobody loves me. Those are all lies that we tell ourselves, and it's poison. And I don't know if you believe in spiritual welfare or if you believe in, the devil or whatever your beliefs are. At the end of the day, the person persecuting you is you. The thing that really helped me is I started taking walks and I started getting out of the house and just walking around the neighborhood. And I had to do it because I was having anxiety and panic attacks and all this crazy stuff. And I said, no, I can't do this to myself no more. So I started walking, and when I started walking, a couple of things happened. Number one, I had healthier thoughts. My thoughts went from woe is me to developing a plan for the rest of my life, thinking about what I really love to do, thinking about my passions, thinking about what I felt my purpose was. And I started having a better time on this earth because the sun was finally hitting my face again. And while I was walking and seeing ducks and people and different things in nature, my mind went to other healthier places. I was free. And it wasn't a magical pill that happened overnight. It happened in time, but you have to motivate yourself to start having a renewed situation in your life. And for me, that was walking. Now, let me tell you the second thing that happened. I started losing weight. I started feeling better about myself. I started liking the person I seen in the mirror. Right? I started feeling real good, I started being able to live without that person or live without that opportunity or live without that life that was no longer on this earth because I started learning to live with me. I started to love myself. And let me tell you something. If you are in a state of any type of depression, you are not loving yourself right now. You have to love yourself first before expecting to be loved by others. You have to believe in yourself first before you are to be believed by others. Because if you don't believe in you, why should I believe in you? Once you start having a renewed mind, making the things that you have to do easier for yourself and stop beating yourself up, that's when life is beautiful. That's when you conquer the things that you have for yourself and everything starts getting more positive. You have to have a more positive perception. Yeah, man. When you have that positive perception, the groove of life is a lot better. It ain't depressing no more. Now you're jamming, you know what I mean? The day is better. The thing you thought you couldn't do, you're now doing. The person you thought you were a long time ago, but you haven't reached that potential, now you're ready to reach that potential. And one of the best things that I can tell you is when you come from rock bottom, when you come from that depression, when you come from that state of self-neglect, you never reach it again. The sky is the limit. There's everything in front of you that you want to do for yourself that you can now do because now you finally arrived on this planet. And it doesn't matter what anybody said in the past. You know you. And the best you is you doing you. And like somebody told me years ago, once you are 100 with yourself, the world will be 100 with you.